I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yep. But now I can't see your video. I can see your picture.
Okay. How about now?
Nope.
What?
No, I can't see anything but your picture.
Okay. Well, we'll have to deal with it.
Okay.
Just going to have to deal with it, Andrea. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the webinar today. My name is Dr. Kurt Fisnick. I've got Andrea here with me, and we're doing a little webinar on longevity.
Seems like a great topic.
It's an awesome topic, isn't it?
Yes.
So, I did this webinar the other day, but I had some poor sound quality, so I decided I'd redo it today. And we're talking about a couple of products that Sizzle has, and it's based on real science that Nobel Prize based science.
Yeah, that's what's cool about it. It's all backed by science.
It really is. And so, when people tell me, a lot of times they'll say something like, oh, you really can't change how long you're going to live because that's all your genetics.
Well, people change how long they live all the time by smoking and drinking and not eating right, not exercising.
That's right. So it's easy to show, it's easy to prove that people can make themselves die sooner. But a lot of people don't feel like you can increase longevity. They just look at the other side.
Yeah, but there's a history of science out there for the last 20, 30 years of people making discoveries that it can do that.
Exactly. So, really, that's what we wanted to kind of talk about. Sizzle, the company that Andrea and I represent, came out with some nutraceutical power products, really powerful nutraceutical products that are based on real science. In 2009, the Nobel Prize was given to a group of scientists for their work with telomeres, and they found that natural ingredients like cyclostragolinol, bacopicides, are shown to support healthy telomerase activity as well as support the healthy telomeres in the body. And I've looked at a lot of these products. I mean, Andrea, did you realize there's probably there's probably 12 or 15 different telomere supporting type products on the market?
No, I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, and most of them really aren't very powerful at all. They use they'll take a little bit of astragalonol, and they'll take the entire plant and they'll grind it up and they'll throw it into a capsule, and they say, there, we got astragalonol in there.
Right.
And the problem with that is that when you look at astragalonol, the whole plant, there's some, but you're not getting the powerful extract. And so what that means is that when you take the astragalonol and you take the individual ingredients out of there, the individual extracts, there's one ingredient called cyclostragolinol, and that's $84,000 per kilo.
That's pretty incredible.
It's an expensive extract, right? I mean, if that's 2.5 pounds and you're charging $84,000 per kilo for that. And there's another extract in astragalonol that costs $45,000 per kilo.
That's a lot of money.
Yeah, and we've got
a kilo is like the size of a loaf of bread, right?
That's what I try and tell people. Think about the size of a loaf of bread, and how much astragalonol, whole plant astragalonol, do you have to yield the size of a loaf of bread?
A lot.
About the size of an elephant.
Yes.
So you take the size of an elephant and you take the extract, and you only get about the size of a loaf of bread out of it. So that's why it's so expensive. And then we have the other astragalonol extract, which is $45,000 per kilo. And then we're adding curcumin, and we're adding bacopicides, and both of them are powerful as well. And the bacopicides aren't cheap either. They're like between $500 to $1,000 per kilo.
Wow.
So we're putting a lot of these ingredients in there. I've done some comparisons to, probably about a dozen different products that, like I said, there's probably 15 products on the market that I've seen. I've compared it to about a dozen. And in my opinion, and I have to say that because I don't have a laboratory here that I can test and, different things. But what I can say is that based on the ingredient extracts that are included in the product, in my opinion, I would say that our product is probably 30 times more powerful than the next best product.
That's awesome. And
Yep.
Sizzle always puts the amount in the product to make it as effective as the research was or better.
That's right. And now if you're going to an anti-aging physician, they're probably going to prescribe a different product because they can make more money. They can charge more for the other products. I mean, I had a friend of mine who was taking $3,000 worth of the other
Whoa,
product
that's crazy.
per month, not per year, per month.
Wow.
So it can get quite spendy. And I try and tell people that, I mean, if it's going to cost that kind of money, chances are they've done their science on it and it really honestly works. The next product that we talk about that Sizzle has, Tom came out with it. The age pill was introduced, 3-4 years ago?
July 2017.
17. So July 2017. So 3 years ago exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And they've shown that NAD is the precursor that your body needs NAD is the powerful energy producing product in your body. You need that. That's like putting gasoline in your car. Your car won't go very far if you don't put gasoline in it. And kind of the NAD is considered a hallmark of aging when you start having declining levels. And as we age, they've shown that we all have a decline in NAD. So you can't just take NAD, because when you do take NAD, what it does is your body breaks it down and puts it into the precursors, NR and NMN, which is nicotinamide riboside, nicotinamide mononucleotide. And then it has to rebuild it back into NAD. So you add an extra step. So it's easier just to take the precursors than it is to take the NAD.
Right. And what an amazing formulation that has been for just thousands of people.
So many different testimonials. I mean, just quickly share a couple testimonials that you've heard with people taking the age pill.
Oh, people have had support and improvement for fibromyalgia, nerve pain, eyesight, hair color restoration, nerves being healed. Well, I can't say healed, but supported so that they no longer have nerve pain. And oh gosh, skin is great. Like all of your hair, your nails, all of that stuff is improved. And you just
overall memory improves too, doesn't it?
Yeah, that I had memory improvement. Yep.
Yeah.
So basically it's creating restoration in just about every system of your body. And what we've learned from following people for 3 years is that it kind of goes to work where your body needs it the most.
That's right. The weak link in the chain.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. And so we can't say that, our product cures or treats or anything like that. But what we can say is that, based on what we know behind the science, it does support healthier NAD levels, and lower NAD levels are responsible for a lot of age-related diseases like cardiovascular disease, neurodegenerative disease, certain types of cancer. So if it supports healthy NAD levels, it just makes sense that in theory, it should help out with these diseases as well. But we can't say that, right?
That's right.
And then in February, about 5 months ago, Tom introduced another product that kind of falls into the same lineup. It's called Stemolytics. And senescence is the gradual deterioration of the function of certain cells and your stem cells. And as the senescent stem cells lose their function, that also contributes to the age process.
Oh yeah, system wide.
Yep. And so Stemolytics supports the body's own system of removing these senescent stem cells. The immune system is what's responsible for it. So our Stemolytic product assists and supports the body's natural system.
Yep.
So how do the products work together? That's a question that a lot of people ask me. You know, because Andrea, I'm sure people have asked you, well, I can only afford one product. Which one should I get?
Mm-hmm.
You know, which one has the best bang for the buck?
Uh-huh.
Can they work independently?
Oh yeah, people have been using the age pill for 3 years before Stemolytics was out.
That's right. But in order to get the best bang for your buck, you really want to have all three products. And so let's, you know, for everybody in the audience that's listening, you know, let's just kind of explain how do the telomeres work, you know, and how do they work? So the telomeres, think of it like a cellular fuse. When your mom and dad got together and conceived you, it lit that fuse, and gradually over the period of time, that fuse just kind of burns up, and they show that, you know, they're called nucleotides. That's the little pieces of the fuse that get burned. They're showing that when you're born, you have like 20,000. I'm saying that wrong. To the stem cells, you have one stem cell for every 20,000 cells in your body. By the time you're 80, you only have one for every 2 million cells.
That's a big difference.
Yeah. And so stem cells are the cells that go and repair the damaged cells. But
That's right.
stem cells themselves can get damaged as well due to UV radiation, things like that. And that's what we call senescence.
Yeah, they're breaking down. They're not functioning correctly.
Yep. And I know you call them kind of zombie cells. You like saying zombie cells. You know, when stem cells go bad, when they go into the senescent state, they're kind of a rogue cell. They're like rioters. They want everybody to join in on the riot. Let's go do some looting. Let's go damage these other cells in the body, and that in itself can trigger. You know, they've shown it's related to heart disease and strokes and Alzheimer's. They've shown that it's related to type 2 diabetes. They've shown that it can cause certain types of cancer as well.
Right. It gives off, those senescent cells give off horrible toxins and affect all the cells around them.
Yep. So if we can support healthy telomeres and get the telomeres so that they don't burn off as quickly, we're going to have less cells having damage. Then if we take and we get the stem cells, so your stem cells are active all the time, that's gonna help you with anti-aging. And then if we can take and we can remove those senescent stem cells from the body, I mean, it just makes sense, doesn't it?
Well, I don't know anything better.
That's right. So that's why I try and tell people, if there's any way possible, you really want to be on all three products at the exact same time, along with, you know, really, along with all of the other products that we have too. And I won't get into that today because I could sit here for the next 3 days talking about it. But all of the products really work. I mean, even just taking vitamin C increases your longevity, doesn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Right. So they all work together to make it so you stay healthier. And they make it so your body stays healthy. Linus Pauling used to tell us that if you have a chronic health problem, chances are you're missing, you know, key minerals, essential trace minerals in your body. So it all works together.
Right.
So anyhow, that's what I want to talk about today, Andrea. And so I'll let you close up the call here, and we'll be back next week.
Okay, thank you, Doc. I appreciate you hopping on here today to share this information. And if you're seeing this on social media and don't have a connection to us, go ahead and connect with the person who shared it, and they'll be glad to get you even more information, how you can restore your body. Talk to you later. Have a great day. Bye.
You too, bye.